Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to the Doomsday Diesel YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be a quick one about how to clock the Holset turbocharger so that you can get it mounted on whatever engine you'd like to. So let's dive right into it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do, once you get your turbo taken out of the packaging here, set the compressor side down. You're going to need a pair of snap ring pliers. These are Knipex 4821J31. They are a 40 to 100 millimeter span, and this snap ring is going to be on the higher end. I've got the 90-degree head on here. These are high quality. You get what you pay for with snap ring pliers, and I've broken enough teeth off the snap ring pliers that I finally invested in these, and they have not disappointed. I'm super happy in the investment. Bobby, I love you. We're going to take this and latch onto this snap ring here. Damn it, Bobby. We're going to pop that guy off. We're going to flip this back over. Now, the first thing you'll notice is this hose is going to be too short. So, you get some new vacuum line boost hose off the internet. This here's 5 millimeter. It's like $8 for, I think, 20 feet. So, you can replace this with whatever length you'd like. But now that we have that snap ring off, we're going to pull up, straight up. Don't rock it side to side. You want to go straight up. Be careful not to scratch the compressor wheel. Now you'll either have a dowel pin in this hole here, or it'll be in the compressor housing itself where my thumb is. So we're going to pull that out with a pair of vice grips. So we take our pair of vice grips here, very carefully latch onto this guy and just rotate it back and forth and gently pull out. Just be patient with it. You don't want to rotate the vice grips into the compressor housing. And there's our little dowel pin for the compressor housing. Now I'm just going to put the compressor housing back on and lock it down so that I can ship this out to a customer. What you would do at this point is clock the compressor housing to where you want it. So we'll flip it over. Make sure that the rest of the turbo is fully seated down into the compressor housing. And now we'll reseat our snap ring here. Now the compressor side's done. That's the hard side. The other side's easy. The exhaust side has a V-band clamp. It's got a 10 millimeter nut. So we're just going to zip that off, and that pulls apart really easy. We got this V-band clamp. It's got a little swivel hinge in the middle and the nut, and that's it. We'll set the compressor side down. We'll pull straight up. Separate those two. Now, since you're probably going to lengthen or modify the hose for the wastegate, I'd recommend taking that off first. It makes separating things a lot easier, but since this is going to a customer, I can't modify that. So just keep that in mind when you go to do yours. Now your dowel will either be right here in that hole, or it'll be sticking right here. So we got to pull this out now. So very simply here, there's not a lot to worry about hitting with the vice grips on this side. Let's get a good lock on the dowel pin, spin it around as you're pulling out. And there you have it, the second dowel pin. Now our turbo is fully free to rotate. We will slide this straight back in. Once you get that in, you'll wrap the V-band clamp back around the turbo. And tighten the nut back up. And now your turbo can be clocked to whatever engine you'd like to fit it to. Keep in mind the center cartridge with the oil inlet and the oil drain has to meet the Holset specs as far as angle from vertical and angle from horizontal. One example is this HE221 from Holset that we're working on in this video. I have this PDF linked on my website under the tech info section. This is on the installation data page. So it says the center cartridge should remain between plus and minus 10 degrees from vertical and plus or minus 5 from horizontal. So the vertical axis is that imaginary line that runs through the inlet and outlet for the oil. And the horizontal axis is the line that runs from the turbine wheel through the compressor wheel, or the turbine shaft, if you will. So you have to keep the turbo relatively straight up and down. And as far as the horizontal tilt, you're bolting this to an exhaust manifold, so they're typically going to put you within that plus or minus 5 degree spec, but the plus or minus 10 for the vertical is up to you. Just use an angle finder when you're clocking your turbo and maintain that. But the compressor side can be clocked wherever you want, and the exhaust side can be clocked wherever you want. The V-band clamp for the exhaust side, you can put it on facing either way, clock it any way you want so it's easy to access, and you can rotate that snap ring any way you want so it's easy to access. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been my first video with the new Sony mirrorless camera and standalone mic system. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm still working out some details on the lighting. I'm hoping to find some good deals this holiday season, so stay tuned and watch for that in the future. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to the YouTube Diesel.